Hi guys, just wanted to give some very, very quick pointers on scales and scale technique. I'm going to try not to go into too much depth on arm weighting, which is really important for me with scales. I'm going to try and ignore that for the moment. But just very, very quickly, something that I try and do with all of my students is that instead of just holding the arms up and then moving your fingers about, you want to just have all your weight on each note, and then you kind of just transfer the weight from one finger to the next. Now that's something I'm going to try not to talk about at the moment. I'm going to talk about it in a future video. What I want to talk about in this video is about economy of movement, because what I see in a lot of students that I've taken over from other teachers, or people who haven't had lessons but have got to quite an advanced stage, is that there's kind of a way of overdoing. I think a lot of people have the idea that when the thumb goes under in a scale, that then the thumb has to really go under like this. It's a lot of effort. This is something that I'm going to talk about again in a totally different video, but to me, the essence of good technique is using the minimum effort, using the minimum movement. And if you're playing a scale, there is a way of playing a scale using less movement than that with your thumb. If you think about what your wrist can do, what your elbow can do, and what your arm can do, you can already start to be heading towards there. So that, can you see how little that my thumb is moving under there? And then the thumb barely has to move, and then I'm already there, my thumb is barely moving. Now, the reason for this is that if you want to play really, really quick scales at some point, you do not want to be having to shove your thumb under. You just can't do that quickly. You want to get used to being able to do this very, very fast. And you want to get used to the minimum possible motion of your hand. So I'm already moved and I'm there. If I'm here, I'll move my hand in a lateral motion. And then my thumb is just there. You don't want your thumb to have to move that much under your hand. With arpeggios, you already have to move quite a bit, and it's the same with arpeggios. Otherwise, you're like, and your thumb's got to do crazy amounts underneath, which is why people do things like this, which is nuts. You're already moving over, so that you don't have to do weird things like this. Something that I see some of my students do is where they do this, which is horribly, horribly lumpy. So it's like so that the thumb can pass underneath, and you can hear it's just so lumpy. Horrible. You don't want your hand to be going up and down. So basically, everything is very, very horizontal, and I'm already moving, and my thumb's there, and then I'm already moving, my thumb's there, and there isn't this up-down thing. Please don't do that. And then as you come back down, just what's the minimum motion? And don't be like, and then jerk over. There is no reason to go like that. There's no reason for it. It's tense, it's unnecessary. Just go, what's the slowest you can move to get there? What's the absolute slowest that you move? If you want to go, there's no reason to do that. It just makes everything jerky. So with the left hand, what's the slowest that you move to get yourself there on time? Everything is just economy of movement. So I think those are the main points. They become exaggerated with arpeggios that you already want to have moved. And this is just slow. See how slowly that finger moved over? And it's moving slowly, and then back down. And then we go slowly. I'm already moving. My thumb, we move slowly. It's just, everything is just easy, slow economy of movement. No bobbing up and down, no jerking up and down, no sudden quick movements. Those are the main things. I will probably go into more depth on that at some point, and I will definitely talk about arm weight at some point as well. But in the meantime, really important thing that will make your scales easier, because when you get better and you move on to more advanced things and you want to play very, very quickly, it's such bad habits to be jerking up and down and to be tucking your thumb under and to, you know, all this stuff. So anyway, I hope this really helps you.